We have our equipment, we have our towel, our 2 cans of canned goods, water bottles, or dumbbells, whichever you prefer, and then our roll of toilet paper. Okay, so we have our 3 pieces of equipment plus our chair. Make sure you have water nearby. Okay, so we're gonna make sure we take our, at a minimum 3 drink breaks because we wanna make sure we're staying hydrated. We know that, you know, we're in the middle, we're starting to come out of that heat wave. It felt nice outside, but we're still gonna stay hydrated regardless. All right, if at any point you feel any lightheadedness, discomfort, pain, tingling, chest pain, anything, I don't care, take a seat. The moderators, Felix or Tiffany, will come and they'll send you a message, make sure that you're doing okay. They'll check in on you, okay? On that note, you are gonna be muted. So when you are, when the class is going on, I will not be able to hear you. So I can hear you now in my headphone, but I will not be able to hear you whenever the class starts. So if you have a question, you can send it to either Felix if it's directly for me, or if it's a technical question, you can send it to Tiffany, and they'll be able to help you out. So if it's a question for me, Felix will be able to ask me and I'll be able to answer it on camera, okay? All right, so since you're gonna be muted, now's the tester. They just did the muting. When we do an intensity check and I say, how's everybody doing? I either get a thumbs up and that means you're doing okay, or I get a thumbs down and that means you're not doing okay. And if you give me a thumbs down, they're gonna go on, they're gonna check in on you, the moderators, okay? So that's your cue, I get a thumbs up. All right, so if you do not already have your camera on, if you can go ahead and turn that on for me, that would be great. I have you guys projected up on the wall over here. So if you see me looking this direction, that means I'm actually looking at you, okay? So I can see what's going on. So if I can see you, that's even better. All right. And then from that point, does anybody have any questions for me? You can hear my voice clearly, right? Everything's good with that? Thumbs up if you can hear me. There we go. All right. And on that note, we'll get started. Everybody ready to exercise?
Yes.
Good, 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 good. Okay, here we go. So we're gonna start with our warm up, okay? So in our warm up, we're gonna be in our seated position. We're not gonna need any equipment. In our RPE scale, okay? So we talked about our RPE scale. This is our scale to measure our intensity, okay? So we have 1, like you're laying on the couch watching TV. We have 10 being maximum intensity, maximum effort. You cannot perform it for more than a short burst of time. We're gonna be in that 4 to 7 range, okay? So we're gonna be in this light intensity where you can tell you're exercising, but you feel good. And we're not gonna go beyond the workout is difficult, the intense part, but you can handle it, right? So we want a good workout. We don't wanna be working way too hard that we're too exhausted to get effective exercise in, okay? So in the warm up, we're gonna be in that 4 range.
Okay.
All right, I'm gonna start the music. Thumbs up, you can hear the music.
Oh, no.
Oh, no, not yet, hold on. I do this every time. Felix has to tell me to do it, just to share my music. There we go. All right, let's try again. How about now? There we go, all right. I knew I'd get it. All right, so we're gonna be in our seated position. All right, from here, we're gonna start in our strength position, right? So we have our feet flat on the floor. We're sitting nice and tall, chest to the ceiling. We have our shoulders back, our head nice and tall and neutral. From here, we're gonna reach up overhead. We're gonna hold that, we're gonna come back down. Nice big movement, back up. Back down. Good, great. Let's do 2 more of those. Back up. Get a nice stretch in our Wednesday morning. 1 more. Back down. From here, we're gonna work on our shoulders. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna sit nice and tall. We're gonna pull our shoulders forward, squeezing at the chest. And then we're gonna retract. So now we're gonna squeeze the shoulder blades. Good. Good. 1 more. Now we're gonna speed it up, okay? So it's gonna be forward and back. I don't want you to be listening to your shoulders, right? So make sure we keep our shoulders down, nice and neutral. All right, we have a neutral head now. We're gonna tilt our head down to the side. We're gonna hold that stretch. We're gonna try to get a nice stretch in the side of our neck. That's a delicate muscle group, so make sure you're not overstretching. Go back to neutral, and we're gonna switch. This usually feels good in the morning, this stretch. All right, let's bring that back to neutral. Now we're gonna roll our shoulders. So we're gonna be rolling forward. Make this nice and dramatic movement. All right, now we're gonna go reverse, and we're gonna rotate backwards. Like I said, big dramatic movement. We wanna make sure that we're activating our core, right? A tight belly. Shake those arms out. Now we're gonna we have a nice solid stance. We're gonna swing and back out to the side and swing and back, good. We're rotating in our core. All right, now we're gonna we have our ankles, 2 feet planted on the ground, on the balls of our feet, and we are gonna roll our ankles. Now we're gonna go the opposite direction. So if you were rotating right last time, you're gonna rotate left and vice versa. Still sitting nice and tall, we like that. All right, nice and tall, we're gonna reach overhead and down. Do that again, and up. Down, good. Let's bring our shoulders forward and back. So forward, back. Big movement. All right, from here we're gonna take our neutral head, we're gonna tilt to the side. Good stretch. Back to neutral, we're gonna switch. Miss Maria, I saw you coming late. Nice to see you. All right, back to normal. Let's do our shoulder rolls. We're rolling forward. Good. All right, we're gonna rotate backwards now. I have a couple group on there. Was that Thomas and Helene? A couple up there. All right, let's get those arms out to the side. We're gonna do our swing and out. Good, go ahead, shake those arms out. All right. So how's everybody feeling after our first warm up? Still like you were in that four zone? Starting to get moving? Good, okay. All right, so now we're gonna go into the next section of the warm up. Okay, so you know we always do 2 warm ups. One for upper body, one for lower body. So what we're gonna do is we are gonna stand. Okay, so you can go ahead and stand up. Make sure that you have plenty of space to move. Okay, that's very important. We wanna make sure that we have plenty of space to move around. All right, so we're gonna go ahead into the second one. I'm gonna turn the music down a smidge if I can get it. Here we go. Is that better? All right. So we're gonna start with a march in place. So we're nice and tall. We have our strength position and we're gonna start with our march. make sure I don't kick something. All right, let's keep that march. If you don't have your arms moving, go ahead and get them pumping. Something to remember, do not hold your breath when you're doing this workout. Make sure that we're getting nice deep breaths and staying nice and loose, okay? Let's add a step touch. Good. All right, so now we're gonna start a half jack. From here, we're gonna do a jumping jack. It's gonna be half the movement. Good. All right, from here, we're gonna take 2 steps to the side and 2 steps back, kind of like we're square dancing. Good. All right, when we get back to this side, we're gonna rotate. We're gonna go the other side, keeping our hips nice and squared to the wall that we're facing. Good. All right, back to center. From here, we're gonna do a alternate hip rotation. So what I mean by that is we are going to rotate nice and small, right? Bringing that hip in. Good. Now we're going to go the opposite direction. So now we're moving outward. All right, let's switch. As you feel comfortable, and remember, you can always use this chair for support, right? Always hold on to that chair. That is your tool. As you feel comfortable, you can bring that hip up. Let's rotate out. Thumbs up, everybody. Still good? Good. All right, from here, I'll start with a heel tap. We got our heel tap going. After we get comfortable, we're gonna add our overhead press. This is how we do it down in Puerto Rico. I just wanna hear you screaming, I bendito. Good. I can move forever cuando esté contigo. Good. Keeping our chest up to the ceiling. From here, let's go back to march in place. Getting those arms moving. Thumbs up, everybody. Still feeling good? Awesome. All right, here we go. Step touch. Out. All right, let's do our half jacks. Here we go. It's up. All right, let's do our 2 steps to the side. Forward and back. All right, when we get back, let's switch directions. So go and turn around. Let's go the opposite way. Remember, keeping our hips nice and square. All right, and back. We're going to stand facing here. We're going to do our hip rotation. We're moving in. And now, after we come in, we're going to bounce right back to out. So in, and then out. Again, using that chair for support if you need it. Have it close. Let's go ahead and switch. So we're moving in and out. One more. Good. Nicely done. All right, everybody can go ahead and take a seat. We are going to take our very first water break. So our next block will be in our seated position. So we're going to stay in our seated position. And we were in our 4 and 5 range with the warm up. Now we're going to be in that 5 to 6 for our RPE, okay? So you should be feeling like it's a pretty moderate intensity, okay? You'll end up, you'll sweat, you'll have your breathing rate up. All right, thumbs up, everybody's feeling warmed up, ready to go? Awesome. You guys are so great. Okay. All right, friends, we're gonna go ahead into our first seated block, okay? So this is gonna be a lower body primary workout, okay? If you notice, there's been a theme over the last couple weeks, right? So we've been starting with baseline workouts, and then we slowly add little elements to each workout, helping us progress. So today you're gonna see some familiar workouts with a couple little spins to them, okay? All right. Sitting in our strength position, nice and tall. Nice and tall, we're in a nice strength position, okay? If you need to sit a little bit closer to the edge of the chair, I don't want you on the edge of the chair, but a little bit closer just so you have free range of your feet, free movement. From here, we're gonna leg extend. We're gonna take that foot out, bring it in, back down. Now the modified version is out, down, out, in, down. Is the music too loud? Music good? I'm getting nods. All right, let's switch legs. So we're gonna go out. And remember, we have our advanced version, right? The leg goes out. All right, from here, we're gonna do a figure 8 with our hip, right? So we have figure 8 motion with the foot, activating our core. It's really difficult to not let our knee do the work. We don't want the knee to be the one doing the work. We want our hips. Let's switch. Hips doing the work. Nice figure 8 motion. All right, from here, we're gonna do a march. Now we're gonna add an element. So we have our hands out, just like our warm up. We're gonna cross while we're marching. Good. Rotating at the core. Good, keeping that march. Light feet. All right, from here, we're gonna do a seated crunch. So from here, we have our hands by our temples. We're gonna crunch down. We're gonna contract our abdominals. We're gonna come back up. Really squeeze your abdominals. This is too mild
for me anyway, this lift.
Good, keep going. Keep going. All right, sitting in our strength position, we have our leg extension. Abduction, back in, back down. Nice and tall, chest to the ceiling. All right, let's throw our figure 8 in with that leg. Figure 8. And remember, if figure 8 is a little too difficult up in the air, you can always draw it on the floor. It doesn't have to be elevated in the air. All right, let's switch legs. We're gonna do our extension. Back in, down. Hold on to the chair if you need to as well. Hold on to the position. All right, let's do our figure 8. All right, let's get our march. Arms out to the side, nice and tall. Let's cross and back. All right, let's do our seated crunch. We have our hands up by our temples, not legs behind our heads. We're crunching. We want to make sure our hands up by our temples, not legs behind our heads. We don't want that. Carol, I see you doing amazing. Ron, I see you. Awesome. Good job. How's everybody feeling? Good. All righty. Everyone still doing good? Music volume was okay? Yeah? Okay. I know it was a little loud for some, so I want to make sure we had a good volume going. All right, so now we are going to switch to our standing position. And we are going to grab our towel. Okay? So just like every other piece of equipment that we have, if you are doing the workouts and you feel like using the equipment itself, so the towel, the dumbbells, the roll of toilet paper or a ball, if any of those things feel like it's becoming too difficult, you are always, 1,000 times welcome to put that down and continue to move with us, okay? You do not have to use the equipment during all these workouts, okay? And then you can pick it up whenever you feel like you're back into it. All right, so from our standing position, we have our towel. All right, so when we have our towel, we're gonna hold it at the ends, right? With good tension, we're not gonna let any slack in our towel. We have tension on it at all times. We're trying to build strong shoulders and a strong back. From here, what we're gonna do is we're gonna start with a squat. So we're gonna go hips go back first, knees are gonna follow. As we come back up, we're gonna press overhead, and I'm gonna back up a little bit. Good, keep that up. Remember, hips are always going back first. Good job, Eleanor, good job. Wow. All right, from here, we're gonna stay forward. We're gonna do a side to side, doing our step touch. Now we're gonna take our arms out to the side, and we're gonna pull with that opposite arm. Keep doing that. Remember, we have our chest nice and tall. We're activating our core, right? We have a tight belly. All right, from here, what we're gonna do is we're gonna stand nice and tall. We're gonna lunge forward, very, very moderately, and then we're gonna press forward. Stand back, out. Good, now if you feel comfortable, you can pick the pace up. Good. All right, from here, we're gonna be in our standing position. We have our hands down to our sides. We're gonna raise them up overhead and then bring it down. Good. Now we're gonna speed that up if you feel comfortable. Good. Good reach, Dorothy, good. Good. All right, from here, we're gonna do some rotations. We have those hands out in front. We're gonna rotate, 2, 3, and center. Using that core. Arms are coming straight out from the shoulders. All right, from here, we're gonna do 1. Rotate, rotate, no pause. All right, from here, what we're gonna do is we're gonna hinge the hip. We're gonna row, circle up. So it's the opposite direction of the one we did earlier. Keeping tension on that towel. Some slight bend in the knee. We don't want locked knees, right? We want some slight bend in those knees. All right, now we're gonna go back to our squat and press. So we're squatting down, up and press overhead. Pick it up a little bit. Good. Keeping tension on that towel. All right, let's face what we're gonna do, our step touch. Now we're gonna add that arm swing, we're gonna add those pulls. We have our hands out and we're pulling with all our might to the other side. Good. Activating our core, having a tight belly, little bend in the knees. All right, let's add our forward lunge, arms up. Lunge and press. All right, let's go and pick it up. Good. All right, from here, we're gonna do our front raise, okay? So we're going up and down, up and down. Last one. Good. All right, you can go ahead and put that towel down. That was wonderful work. How is everybody feeling? I couldn't ask because I didn't have any, you guys, your hands were busy, so I couldn't ask, but everyone's feeling good? All right, magnificent. All right, you can go ahead and take a seat. We're gonna take our second water break. So we actually have, I think, 6 YMCAs on the call today. Isn't that crazy? That's a lot. To think we just started off with 1. All right, so I know we have West Side is new to the class. If you're from West Side, hello, welcome. Where's my Broadway? I know Broadway's on. Anybody from Broadway? Okay, hello, hello. Who else we got? We got Prospect Park. My friends, nice to see you again. We have the Armory, right? We have the Armory, hello. Oh, there's like, oh my gosh, there's a lot from the Armory. South Shore, hello friends. And then near and dear to my heart, my home branch, Flushing, my Flushing friends. Oh, hello. All right. So I'm glad you all got to come on the call today. We have exciting news. I hope you all keep an eye on your emails because they are beginning the phases of our branches reopening, which is so exciting. September 8th is when they're going to start reopening. They're going to start beginning with the YMCAs that are going to be scheduled first. So we'll talk a little about that at the end of the class so you guys have some more information, okay? All right, so now we are going to be in our next standing block, okay? And you are going to need your cans of soup or dumbbells, okay? So you can go ahead and grab those. All right, I'm gonna give my pre-dumbbells warnings. Make sure you have a good grip. on your dumbbells. We do not want you to punch and send it through your window or something like that, right? Want to make sure you have a good grip. Or if you feel like it is too much weight while we're doing the workout and you want to put these down, you're more than welcome to, okay? All right, friends. All righty. Everyone can still hear me? Everything's good? All right, from here, we are gonna start with our bent over row. So we are gonna be in a hinged position. Okay, so we have a straight back. We have our palms facing behind us, and we are gonna pull and squeeze our shoulder blades. Good, now make this a very slow, controlled movement. I don't want you to jerk yourself back, like we don't want you to jerk. Nice and smooth. Judy got dumbbells, look at that. All right, from here, we have our elbows nice and tight to our sides. We're gonna kick back with our triceps. We're gonna get a nice back of the arm workout. Good, keeping our elbows doing the movement. We don't want our shoulders doing it. All right, from here, nice and tall, hands nice and wide. We're gonna do milk pours. So we're coming down and rotating, just like you're pouring a gallon of milk. Good, rotating that arm. Let's do 2 more. One more. Last one. All right, from here, we're gonna have some bend in our knees. We have our hands up by our jaw, and we are gonna cross and punch. Nice and controlled, right? We don't wanna get too out of control with our movements. Activating our core, right? We want to make sure we have a tight belly during all these exercises. And I will remind you 1,000,000 times. All right, from here, same position in the starting, but instead of going across, we're going to come up. Good. Do another setup. Make sure you flex your biceps, get a good flex in there. All right, so from here, we're gonna go into our squat position, and we are just gonna punch forward. We're gonna hold that squat for as long as you can. If you need to take a break and you can stand up and throw punches, you're more than welcome to. Good, I'm gonna challenge you with this one. All right, we're gonna get into our bent over row position. So hinge at the hips and squeeze the shoulder blades. Good. All right, we have our elbows glued to our sides. Extension. Remember, we want our elbows nice and tight. All right, nice and tall in our strength position. Milk pours and back up. Amazing job. All right, so our punches, we're here, cross. Now we're gonna add our uppercut. So here and up. Remember, we're in a squat. We're using our legs. We're pressing through the legs. All right, now we're gonna do our squat and our punch. All right, let's go to our bent over row. Hinge at the hips and back. Elbows glued to our sides, nice and tight. Kick back. Good. All right, nice and tall, milk board position going through. Nice big movement. We want to build strong shoulders. This is really helpful for doing things like putting on a coat, putting things off top shelves, which I'm really bad at. Last one. All right, my friends, good work. We're gonna go ahead and put those down. That was wonderful. All right, how is everybody feeling? Are we feeling good? Good, anybody sweating? I should see like 10 hands go up at least at one time. That was good. All right, so we are gonna go into our next block, which is also a standing block, so you can stay where you're at, okay? That was a primarily upper body, and now we're gonna focus on the lower body. Remember, during this block, most important thing, make sure that you have your chair close and that you are using it if you need it. Even if it's just there for backup, right? You don't have to be holding on to it the whole time. If you are, that's fine. But even if you just have it close, just in case you need it, okay? Thumbs up, everybody on the same page. Everyone got their chair close, wonderful. All right. There we go. Okay, so from here, we're gonna hold on to our chair. We're gonna step out to the side. We're gonna do a lateral lunge, coming back to center, and then we're gonna switch. Good. Nice and tall, activating our core, sending our hips back, right? All right, from here, we're gonna do our ankle roll. So we have one foot planted on the ground, and we are rolling that ankle. Now we're gonna switch sides, so we're gonna put the other foot planted, and we're gonna roll that one. All right, so this next one we're gonna do is called a half bird dog. So one foot is gonna go back, the same hand is gonna go forward, right? Coming back, and then we're gonna switch. So we're getting a nice stretch. Good. As you get comfortable, if you want to try to pick that foot up off the ground instead of leaving it on the ground, that is fine. If you want to stay here with that toe on the ground, that's also perfect. All right, from here, we're going to do a calf raise. So we're coming up on the balls of our feet. We are squeezing at the top. All right, from here, we're gonna do a reverse lunge. So holding onto our chair, we're gonna step back, back forward, back. Good. And if you feel comfortable, you can pick the pace up. And remember, you can always go to that slower pace, not a problem. All right, let's go ahead. We're going to switch back to our lateral lunge. So stepping to the side, back to the center, and switch. All right, now our ankle roll. Good. We want nice, strong ankles. Help prevent us from rolling them. All right, let's do the other side. Thumbs up, everybody, still good? Awesome. in position for our birds off. Hands on the chair. We're extending. Now I'd like you to do opposite hand, opposite foot. So while the left foot goes back, the right hand goes forward. I'm gonna challenge your brain a little bit. If you're feeling confident, you can lean forward and you can reach a little bit farther back, right? Good, let's do one more round of that. I wanna make sure we get a good stretch in. Really stretch, good. All right, let's go to our calf raise. Squeezing at the top. Nice proud chest to the ceiling. We have our core engaged, right? You can touch your belly, feel it nice tightened up. All right, from here, we're gonna do our reverse lunge. Pressing through that planted foot. All right, let's go to our lateral lunge, right? Out to the side, back to center and switch. Good. Anybody's legs burning? All right, we got some hands. All right, friends, awesome work. All right, so we're gonna take our last water break. So you are more than welcome. Go ahead, sit down, get some water. All right, so now what we're gonna do is we're gonna grab our roll of toilet paper. And we're gonna do my favorite block in the entire workout. I don't know why I think this is so great, but it's so amazing. We're gonna do our hand-eye coordination. All right, so you can go ahead and grab your toilet paper roll or your ball, whichever you have. All righty, so face position when we're holding the toilet paper roll or a ball. So we are hands, palms on the flat side, and we're holding it in this position. So when I say base position, this is the position that I'm talking about, okay? All right, friends, we're sitting nice and tall in our strength position, also in our base position. Now we're gonna take two hands, we're gonna toss it up in the air and catch it. So we are warming into this, right? We're warming up to it. So start small toss, right? And then as we progress through, you can start to get a little bit more brave and throw it a little higher. All right, from here, we're gonna take one hand, we're gonna throw it up and catch it in the other. Good.
I'm making my way over to my favorite place. I gotta get my body moving, shake the stress away. I wasn't looking for nobody when you.
All right, from here, what we're gonna do, we're gonna have a flat hand, so our palms facing down. We're gonna put that on the outside of our hand, and I'm gonna challenge you. We're gonna throw it up and catch in the same hand. Good. Good work. All in the same hand. Woo, I almost dropped it. I've made it this far without dropping it. I'm surprised. All right, now we're going to switch sides. So we're going to put it in the other hand, which I'm assuming is most of your non-dominant hands. This is definitely mine. Touch. All right, from here, what we're gonna do is we're gonna hold on to our toilet paper ball, and we're gonna do our figure 8. We're gonna do it nice and tight. So it's gonna be small. Now we're gonna go the opposite direction, moving outward. trying to challenge ourselves. Now we're gonna take it nice and large. Really getting the movement in, getting big dramatic stretch in. Good. All right, let's go the opposite direction. Nice and big. Awesome. All right, from here, we have our hands in base position and we are now rotating. Using our fingertips to do the rotating. We don't want our wrists doing it, right? We want just our fingertips doing the movement. Good, keep that going. Working on our fine motor skills, right? All right, from here, we're taking two hands. Throw it up a little bit higher than you did last time. All right, now we're gonna do, we have one hand. Up and down in the same hand, and then you're gonna switch. Up, down, whoop. That's it, it happened, I dropped it. First time. All right, up, down, switch. We knew it was gonna happen sooner or later. All right, from here, we're gonna do our tight figure eight. As fast as you can, we're going a little faster than last time, right? If you can do it without looking, awesome. You can keep your eyes up at the wall. Good. Then let's switch directions. Oh, almost dropped it again. I'm not having to do hand-eye coordination there. All right, let's spin in our hands. Spinning. Good. All right. How's everybody doing? Everyone doing okay? Anybody drop it? Oh my gosh, that was awesome. So many hands went up. That makes me feel good. That means you were pushing yourself. That means you were really trying to like challenge that hand-eye coordination. Me, I dropped it just because I wasn't paying attention. All right, friends, we're gonna go into our cool down. That means you survived yet another wonderful Wednesday on our online Zoom Silver Sneakers class. So round of applause for all of you, all 6 branches. All right, so we are gonna go into our cool down. So that means we are gonna be in our seated position. And the objective, our goal is that we're just trying to bring our heart rate down, trying to bring our breathing rate down, our blood pressure. We're trying to re-prepare our body to go about the rest of our day. Take this time, get a good stretch, get some good deep breathing in. Sitting in our strength position, nice and tall, reaching overhead, getting a good stretch. We're gonna lean to one side. We're getting a nice stretch in this opposite side of the body. Back to center, and then switch. All right, back to center. Let's bring those arms down. We're gonna do a big arm hug. Big arm hug. Try to get as much stretch as you can. If you can't quite reach your shoulders, you can hold on to your forearm or your arms. Good. Let's take those out. Let's reach back. Open the chest up to the ceiling. Bring it back to our hug. Getting a good stretch. Take some deep breaths. Take advantage of this time. All right, rotate my chair. Now we're gonna do our cat to cow. So we're going back, and then slowly bringing ourselves forward. Nice controlled movement. And then back, taking deep breaths.
I found a love
Back forward.
for me. Darling, just
Back again.
dive right in and follow my lead.
One more time going forward.
Well, I found a girl, beautiful. and
All right,
sweet.
back to neutral. Back in our strength
Oh, I
position.
never
We're gonna extend one foot out in front of us. The other one is gonna be flat on the floor. We're gonna reach down. We're gonna hinge at our hips
Just kiss when
and reach towards our toes. We feel a nice stretch in the back of the leg.
knowing what it was, I will not give you up this time.
All right, we're gonna go ahead and
Darling, just
switch.
kiss me slow. Your heart is all I own, and in your eyes, you're holding mine.
All right, let's bring that back to center. We're gonna clasp our hands together, and we're gonna do a nice wrist roll.
Dark with you between my arms, barefoot on the grass.
Gloria and Brenda, I see you. Hello.
Favorite song. When you said you looked a mess, I whispered
Linda, I see
underneath
you.
my breath, but you heard
Laura.
it. Darling, you look
All right, we're gonna do another big reach overhead.
baby, so you between my arms.
All right, from here, we're gonna do a rotate. You're gonna use that chair for your support, right? You're gonna hold on to the back of the chair. Move your hand lightly on the outside of our leg.
I hope that someday we'll
Sitting nice and tall. Let's bring ourselves back to center. We're gonna go the opposite side. Leaning into that chair if you need extra support, okay? So leaning towards the back of the chair.
to carry love, to carry
Denise, I also see you. Hello.
We are still kids, but
All right, back to center. Let's go do the cat-cow again. So we're gonna bring it back, and then forward. Really reaching, keeping our head neutral though, right? We don't want to like tip our head back. We want to keep a neutral head.
just hold my hand, be your girl, your
Taking nice deep breaths.
and I see the future in your eyes.
All right, from here, what we're gonna do, we're gonna take one leg and we're gonna take it out to the side. And from here, I want you to rotate very, very slightly to the opposite direction. So if my leg's going out this way, we're gonna rotate open.
Barefoot on the
You
grass,
should feel a nice stretch in your hips.
listening to our favorite song.
We're also sitting nice and tall in our strength position.
Looking so beautiful, I
So
don't
let's bring that leg back in, and now we're gonna switch. So this leg's gonna go out, and we're opening up.
tonight.
Good posture, shoulders back. Good. All right, let's bring that leg in. Shake those arms out, shake those legs out. You have survived yet another online Silver Seekers class. Round of applause, my friends. Everyone feeling okay? Everyone feeling good?